I see two people.
Hey, Papa Z.
I see two people.
I hope you're feeling better today. Hey, Christina Harper.
Hey, Christine.
All right. You bought some good treats today. Strawberries. Yum. We love strawberries too.
Hey, Mama Z.
Hey, Misty. How are you doing? Oh. Hold on.
I'm trying to watch your video, Mom, and I'm already getting the dang ad.
Sorry. Hey, Matt and Sarah, how are you doing? From Minnesota. Oh, the chili mac was really good. It was very good. That's one of the things, because, okay, so for anybody who was in the military, chili mac was like a huge thing. Like if they brought hot meals out to you in the field, a lot of times it was chili mac, and it almost was flavorless. This one had a lot of flavor. It was really good.
Because I cooked it.
Well, we put seasonings. We put garlic and all that kind of stuff in it. That gives it more flavor. So that helps. Yes, and you cooked it. It's just because you cooked it. We'll go with that anyways. Hey there, Dave. How you doing?
Hello.
Hey, Thrifty VG. How are you?
Hi, Thrifty VG.
Well, I was looking to see. Hold on.
Yay, we've got 7 people already. And 8 likes.
Mm-hmm.
No, 8 people and 8 likes.
I'm trying to see who's coming in. Sorry.
Rebecca Nichols says, "Great job, Evan."
Yeah, I would say that you can have too much garlic, but it takes a lot to be too much. Okay. My dad has done that though. Hey, Rebecca, how are you doing? Oh yeah, it was really good. Oh yeah, surviving the first wave of opening stuff. Yeah. We don't have a whole lot that's really open around here either right now. The restaurants are starting, but in small, like they still are restricted a lot. So, oh, it was. And hey, Allie Oakley, how are you? Hey, Mark at the Overword Gardener, how are you doing?
Hola, Sunny's place.
Hola.
Hola.
Rebecca Nichols said, fine, I could never be a vampire. I love garlic. I know. I love garlic too. We do. We actually use garlic in most things. So how's everybody surviving the weather? Anybody have any issues with the frost and that kind of stuff that went through?
It was horrible here. It took 30 minutes to cover all of our plants.
Yeah, the boys helped me cover my plants and stuff. So
you didn't help the second day. We had to do all our by ourselves. Technically, we helped her.
Yes, you boys helped me the first day, and then
you did all by yourself.
You did it all by yourself last night.
Yeah. And you're wondering why Nick's not here. He's not feeling well. He's sick.
Yeah, Nick's not feeling well, so he's not here.
Yeah, he's
pale. Wow, that's nice.
He's pale.
Walked 4 miles today, sunny. That's nice. Yeah, it's sunny here. Last night is supposed to be, unless something happens, like, because back in April 15th, it was supposed to be our last frost. And then for a couple of weeks, we were good. And then all of a sudden, it decided it was going to frost. So, but we got most everything covered. So I may have lost a couple of things, but nothing major, nothing that
Oh goodness.
I
Highland
couldn't come
Homestead
back from
said-
anyways.
Highland Homestead said we had 3 inches of snow.
Wow. Yeah, Allie, I know that a lot of people are just now considering getting their plants started. I know that there are some people who, or they may have gotten them started, but they only started them a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, I know that there are some areas that are still not even able to think about planting right now, which is, we generally have a really long growing season here. So this shortened our growing season, but we will come back just fine. So everything is new every year. Everything is different. So definitely I have learned quite a bit from this year. I learned a lot last year, and I'm learning more this year. What are you doing?
I see.
I know, because it's hard for me to see, so that's why I keep this here. Emma said, I still have my sweet potatoes covered. It's in the high 40s, low 50s. Yeah, I know. That is true. They don't like the cold. They do like heat, just like peppers and the cowpeas. Cowpeas really like heat. So Mark at the Overworked Gardener said, likely I'm far enough south that it didn't get close to freezing down here, except for that weird cold snap 30 days after last frost date. That was crazy. I know. Like I said, it was Saturday night. It got down to 32 degrees. And then last night, it got down to 36, I think. So it technically could have frosted. We have a little microclimate right outside my door where I keep most of my plants. And so I think we're in a dip. So since we're in a dip, a lot of times it doesn't get that cold, as cold as it does around us. Because a lot of times my parents will have frost, and they live 5 minutes down the road from me where I don't get frost. So, so I think that I'm good to go, hopefully, for the rest of this summer.
Hey, Crystal. The real Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. Yeah, we had lemon heads the other day. Yeah. The boys ate most of them.
Yes.
I had a few. The boys ate the rest. Rebecca Nichols said, it frosted a little, but I don't start my garden usually until after Mother's Day. The frost didn't kill my plants. The weed killer got them. Oh, man. Yeah. Unfortunately, weed killer will. Hey, Eli, how are you doing? Yeah, you live in Arizona, right, Eli? He said, what is frost? I actually have a lot more stuff that I'm gonna be planting. Nick, just yesterday, Nick finished putting cardboard and compost down for the rest of where my flowers were last year. And so I'm going to plant one more section in flowers, and the very last section I'm going to do in corn. So, so I've got to do that, and I plan to do that tomorrow. And then I have more tomatoes that I've started, and they're starting to come up. And that's for my dad's second round of tomatoes, because he generally does 2 rounds of tomatoes. He does one that he depends on through July-ish. And then around July, it gets so hot here that the blossoms start to drop. And once the blossoms start to drop, it's really hard for them to come back and produce more tomatoes. They'll produce some, but they don't produce as well. And a lot of times they're smaller in size. So he's going to plant another round of tomatoes after, like around that time, so that around August, end of August, early September, we'll have some more tomatoes coming in that'll last us until our first frost. So that's what he's planning on doing. Cardboard and raised beds. Yeah, I will get to that. Let's see. Hey there, Emery. How are you? Yeah, Emma, that is definitely, yeah, we're supposed to have higher temps. And in fact, we're going to have a couple of days that's going to be close to 90 this next week. So, and Allie, yeah, I would say, hey, Jules Gardening, how you doing? I would definitely say that, yes, cardboard is really good in raised beds for weed, especially if you're going to be amending the beds anyways. If you put the cardboard down and then put the amendments and stuff like that on top, or actually what I did out there is I put a few inches of compost on top, and that's what, because the cardboard's going to break down, but it's going to keep the weeds at bay. So that's what I'm doing. Central California, Northwest Arizona in my future. Okay. So I was, okay. So you're actually in California, but you're moving to Arizona. I knew that there was Arizona in there somewhere. Yes, Jules Gardening. It has been a really weird spring so far. So yeah, I'm really hoping that things, because last year, so I just had a Facebook post that that came up as a memory from last year, and this time last year, my zinnias were already blossoming, my marigolds were already big and blossoming. I had baby tomatoes on my plants. And this year they're barely about this tall since I have planted them out. So, because I plant them until, I bury the whole stalk and just leave the leaves sticking out. And then, so they've just barely grown more. So it'll be a while before I get tomatoes. So yeah, it's definitely been weird. And then, okay. Sunny. So Emma said you can also use Maura Gamble's technique. I just watched her video. It's a cool concept. I don't think that I have seen her video. We stuck a Cherokee out in mid-March. Thick stalk. Through all this, don't reckon tonight will matter. Oh wow. That's great. Hey Michelle, how are you doing? Life Adventures in Keto. Rebecca Nichols says, I don't know who has a Fairway grocery store close to them, but they have ground pork for $1.89 a pound if you buy 10 pounds. Last week they had pork, but for 98 cents a pound. That's really good. A lot of times I will get the pork butts and that kind of thing, and I will cube them and can them because it makes really good pork roasts, or you can use it as like shredded pork. So sometimes we just pop the can and do that. So that's a really good deal. Yes, I am sure that we're talking about a plant, the cherry. I believe you're talking about the Cherokee purple, right, Jules Gardening? Yes, pulled pork sandwiches. They're really good. Hey, Sean in Alaska, how are you doing? Oh, wow. You said that you've seen live pork around there for free? Wow. That's crazy. I don't ever see that kind of deal. I really wish that I could have pigs and raise my own, but I can't do that here in city limits. So yeah, we don't have the land for it, but if we did. Okay, her method is compost layer, wet newspaper, then top with thick mulch. To plant, just pop open the mulch and tear the newspaper and plant into compost. That is good. That's good to know. Yeah, I've seen So far so good with the cardboard and a few inches of compost on top. My flowers that I have that I've planted there, they are looking really, really good. I need to do an update on that. But it's going to be, if it ever warms up enough, which it's going to this week, they'll start taking off and I'll have a lot of flowers out there. I don't know how it's going to work for my corn, but I experiment with everything. Bella, girl. My dog's under the table and she's making noises. Okay, it says, when I get to the farm, we'll have a hog hunting party. Yeah, there you go. And Eli had said, hoop houses are cheap. I can grow 365 with mine. See, I really wish we can't really, just with a hoop house, grow 365 here, because there are nights that it gets down too low for that. But, or not for warm weather crops anyways. Now, my brassicas, I grew all year with my brassicas. I grew all winter with brassicas and carrots. And they, sometimes the foliage on the carrots and stuff like that looked kind of puny, but they came back really good in the spring. So I will do that again this year. But I'll probably plant my carrots a little bit earlier this year than I did last year. And my parsnips are still out there. I haven't brought my parsnips in. So I'm waiting for them to get a little bit bigger before I bring them in. But they looked good whenever I looked at them. And so there are things that we can grow here over the winter, but not anything warm weather related. I know I have a friend who is he's in a Facebook group and that I'm in, and he's in California and he has some of the most beautiful produce all winter, and we've all been going, man, you make us jealous. Yeah, pigs are growing really fast and you can't,
Hey, North Star Prep Center! Hi, North Star Prep Center! Nick's not here. He's sick.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say he's sick. He's just not feeling well. There's a difference.
There's a large difference.
He just doesn't
not
feel
feeling
well
and being sick.
Hey, Rachel, how are you doing? From Rachel Cobb Photography and Weedy Acres. I hope that your last frost is tonight too. Trust me, like I said, it has been very, very weird this spring and summer. But like I had said before, we generally have a very short spring, but this time our spring was longer, but it was almost like colder than spring should normally be because we've had more frost. But it's going straight from that to 90-degree weather. So we don't really stay in the 80-degree range very long generally. So it goes from cold to hot. So Emma said we're buying beef and pork from a local farmer who delivers to our doorstep. Wow, that's really nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's not any around here that delivers to our doorstep, but I am trying to locally source our meats as well. Okay, so Allie said, this is my first garden. I got raised bed liners. Do you think those work the same or instead of cardboard? To be completely honest, I use, for weed barrier, most of the time I have used the landscape fabric. So the raised bed liner should be fine. So I would stick with that for right now. I don't think you really need to do cardboard. So if you've got the raised bed liners, I would just use that. All right. Trying to catch up on what everybody's been talking about. Let's see. Mama has cows. All right. And then everybody's been saying hello to each other, and my herbs are great. The only thing, I have a couple of varieties of herbs that did not survive, so I'm going to replant them. I have already reseeded some, and they're coming back. So, but for the most part, my herbs are doing really well. I do have like my lemon balm, my mint, and all those that I planted last year. Those have come back in full force, with the exception of basil. And basil is not, it's not one that comes back. You have to plant it every year. Anyway, so but all of my mint and all that kind of stuff that has come back, and I have one lone rosemary plant out there that is like about this tall that I have been able to grow from seed this year. So it's this tall right now, but I'm excited to see it grow. And the rest of my herbs are, like I said, are doing really good. So I'm excited about that too, because I love to use the different herbs whenever we're cooking and stuff. And the boys do too, actually. In fact, whenever, yes.
Oh, sorry. Reading my book.
He's over here reading. That's why he's quiet. But whenever during the summer, whenever the boys are cooking, they will actually go out and say, "Oh, well, we need some fresh herbs," and they'll talk about going and getting fresh herbs. And I generally have to harvest it, but they use it. So turkeys, yes, yes, you should get turkeys. You should get all the birds. I would actually love to have birds. My husband keeps saying no right now. He keeps saying not right now, not right now. One of these days, I'm just going to get some birds. I'm telling you. Oh, yes. Emma's herbs. I loved your little garden, your herb bed. That was really cool. How you used the window wells that she put together. That was really, really cool. I really enjoyed that because it went together so easily, because I need that. If I'm gonna build something, it has to be easy, because I have absolutely no carpentry skills. So that looks like my kind of speed. Let's see here. Beer or fish, onion rings, mushrooms, and bread. Okay. I think I missed something. Under or on top of the raised bed liners? Yeah, I'll let you answer that. Oh, yes, layer it every year. Yeah, that's what I was starting to do out in that area, was just layering it, and the cardboard on bottom, and then the mulch or wood chips or compost, whatever. So yes, those did seem to be like the easiest beds ever, and I really enjoyed those. Those are really cool. And for anyone who hasn't noticed, so I was able to get monetized. So if you watch my videos, you'll see ads running, and I have tried to. I put the way that I set them up, I tried to put them just in the beginning and at the end of some, because some of them it won't let you take them off the end, like if they're, so I don't know how much you guys know about the monetization, but when you set up your videos, especially like the ones that are less than 10 minutes, it automatically sets it up for where the ads are placed, and it won't let you change them. So those will always have ads at the beginning and ads at the end. That's just, oh, thank you so much. But so those of you who are looking to be monetized, that's kind of the way it's set up. So, and thank you guys. I really appreciate that. I haven't figured out everything about the monetization. I'm still new to it, but I've been watching. The boys are excited though because I'm averaging over 15 cents a day. So
Yes, more 15 cents a day. It's either 35 cents or $3 a day.
no, not $3.
You got $3 yesterday.
$8. It's about $1. Yeah.
$3 yesterday.
Yeah. Watching the ads gets you more money. Yes, that's correct.
And I played at the beginning of the live.
Mm-hmm.
It's going.
I don't know, Misty. I didn't see anywhere to add super chat, so I don't know how to do that. So yes, I did know that it takes, like, once you hit $100 of revenue, then it takes, like, and that's if it's before a certain time period, then in the month, I think the 15th or something of the month, and then the next month you'll get it. But if it's after the 15th, then it has to be, the next pay cycle or something. Anyways. Set the super chats up. See, I don't know how to do it. I have absolutely no idea how to do it. So
explain.
Yeah. Well, you can if you want to, but you don't have to there, Anne Marie. That's really sweet though. Yeah, I will have to ask Nathan how to turn on the super chats, or
drop it.
Or Kathy can tell me, because I have no idea how to do it. So I do know you will, Anne Marie. That's one of the things that I do with other people's channels too. I just let the ads run to Eli, because I know that helps other people. So I've always done that. Also, if you have, okay, so for example, there are people who don't watch ads because they have the YouTube Premium or whatever, and so you don't have ads. So for those people who have the Premium and watch it, if you yourself have Premium, then you get a certain amount of money from that as well. But I don't know how much it is, and I don't know much about it. I just know that that's how they kind of have it set up, so that if someone is watching your videos that has Premium, you're still going to get money from that person. So, but you yourself have to have Premium as well in order to take advantage of that. So that's for you guys who are looking to be monetized in the future. Go to the Monetization Institute, click on Supers tab, and make sure the Super Chat and Super Stickers are on. That should be it. Okay. I'll have to do that for next week. I'll do that. I wasn't really worried about it this week. Like I said, I'm really new to it all, so I was just excited that it really actually didn't take very long to do the monetization process. What took the longest was setting up AdSense in Google. So if you have that set up, to be completely honest, Emma, I think you should have lots more subscribers than you do, because you have excellent videos. In fact, most of the people on here, I think, should have But maybe I'm biased. I think that you all should have more subscribers than you have, but what happened? I watched the commercials are over 10 minutes. I watched 40 seconds. They had a commercial that was over an hour. Yeah, I actually, to be completely honest, I try really hard to make sure that they are shorter ones on mine, but I do know that there have been long ones on mine because I've seen other people who I've actually seen the ads that were on there and that people were watching. And I was like, why in the world are these here? Because I have certain topics blocked off and everything. But I guess that they get around it some kind of way. I don't know. Because I have it where it's supposed to block gaming ads and all that kind of stuff, but I've still seen them on my videos, attached to my videos, which was really weird.
Hey, Nancy.
Hey, Dee. Hey, how are you doing? 4 short of 400. Well, if you guys don't know Emma at Sunny's Place, go check her out, please. She just said she's 4 short of 400 subscribers. So that's awesome that you have a video about to hit 10,000 views. Because mine that just hit, it's 11,000 views now, but that was like several months ago. So that's what I thought, Kathy. Yeah, I know that you can't really control what ads they run. You can block certain topics of ads, but you can't block the how long the ads are and that kind of thing. That was what my understanding was too, Kathy. So I'm glad you that you said that, because I was hoping that I didn't miss something, I guess is what I'm saying. Thank you for dropping her link. I appreciate that. Christina, Emma at Sunny's Place, the link that North Star Prepstetter just dropped the link to, she is only 4 subscribers short of 400. So if we could get her to 400, that would be absolutely fantastic. And I know that Mama Z's Texas Kitchen she's close to getting, I think the last time I saw, she had almost 710, which means that she's close to her next goal of 725. So, oh yay, $3.99. That's awesome. Hey Tasha, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming by, Tasha. I appreciate you being here. So if you guys, that's Pine Knot Family Farm, Tasha, is who I'm talking about. Yay. And Mrs. Mel, I don't think I said anything to you when you came in. How are you? Yay, 400. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for helping Emma. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Oh, we're just chit-chatting, talking about how everybody's garden is doing. And we were getting Sunny's Place to 400 subscribers because she was only 4 away. So yes, I know. Trust me, it's hard to make everybody's lives. So I understand completely. Oh yeah, you're stuck inside. Well, it's sunny here, but it was really cold this morning. So, because last night it was down to 36 degrees. So I didn't do much outside. I actually have. I'm actually still having problems with my allergies and stuff. So, I have been having to use my inhaler multiple times a day still. So I'm hoping really soon that the pollen will go away, so that I can not have to take so much medication and stuff. I hate using my inhaler. Let's see. I can't read everybody's. The sun's out here. It's close to 45. It was 28 for the low. Yeah, I'm not with 28 degrees. I would definitely be inside at that point. In long sleeves all day. I know. Well, I've got short sleeves on, but I keep socks on, and I've got a blanket that I almost always have on me all the time. So yes, Kathy is absolutely an awesome mod, and I appreciate her being here. So Tasha, you said that it's cold there in Arkansas. How cold is it right now for you guys? Because I know you guys have similar, but it's you guys' weather is similar to here in North Carolina, but it's generally a couple of days, and maybe a couple of degrees difference. So, oh well, we all love you too, Kathy. See, she said, love my lemons.
We love you too, Kathy. Yes. Yes, we do.
Are you even keeping up? No, you're not. I was trying to see what you were doing. So you're supposed to be 70 by Sunday, Mrs. Mel. It's supposed to be like I said, this next week it's supposed to be around 88 degrees, so close to 90 degrees in the next week, which is absolutely crazy. Well, yes. Part of that is because they're not being extra today. Part of that is because Nick is not feeling good. He's not sick. He's just not feeling good. I think he's really more tired than anything. And so he's laying down. This one's reading a book. And this one has my oldest son's phone. So that's the reason.
I have the channel up here.
He does, but that's the reason, because that's why they're subdued.
Yes, we're very quiet when we have something.
Yes.
I have this.
Yes.
And whenever I read a book, it's like watching TV. I never get out until I'm done.
He is an avid reader. He does really love to read. So even whenever he's able to have, because they can't really, I don't let them have electronics very often, to be completely honest. And it's not because I think that there's anything wrong with having electronics per se, except that my boys, if they have their electronics, they get absolutely nothing else done. So they pretty much have to earn their right to have their electronics. So that's why they very rarely have their electronics. But anyway, so yeah, so that's why. So Tasha said it is 53 here, feels like 50, yeah, because the rain. And I know people are going to say, really, but it's May and we live. Yes, exactly. To be completely honest, like I said, Tasha, it was 36 last night, and it only got up to like 60 something degrees here. And to me, that's cold. So I can completely understand that. So D, naturally, Nancy says, it's okay to admit that you gave them the mom death stare before the live started. Actually, I didn't, but we did have a little bit of a What?
No.
So we were supposed to have pulled pork for dinner tonight.
Don't pull that up.
And he said, "Don't pull that up." So he was supposed to be cooking because we do rotate through chores and stuff. And as you guys saw, he did the chili mac, and it was amazing, and it was very good. And so
I messed up today. But for every equal, there's an opposite, and so I messed up today.
An equal and opposite reaction. And so, yes, he was supposed to put the pork in last night and leave the oven on, and it was supposed to cook all night last night on low temperature. And anyways, it got turned off somehow. And so, yeah, we had to kind of scrounge for dinner. So he's a little bit bummed about that too. So
also, I'm hungry. I haven't had anything for dinner.
There's stuff in the fridge. It's not like we don't have food.
Daddy,
we have food.
Mac.
Hey, John, how are you doing at Old Reading Farm? It's good to see you. So,
you keep it with comments.
Oh, you're sowing radishes and carrots. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. And yes, Anne-Marie, I do think that Mother Nature is going through menopause or something. I'm trying to catch up. Sorry, hold on. And we suddenly knew who was responsible for dinner tonight, the one who didn't want the story told. Exactly. Hey, wait. You need to ask your dad if he's going to take.
This is mine that I didn't eat.
Oh, that's the one that you didn't eat. Okay. All right. Yep.
This is my other half.
Oh, physics was not my thing. Trust me. Physics was never my strong point in high school or college. Because it has to do with math, and anything to do with math was not my strong point. I'm really good with science that does not include math, and I'm really good with languages and literature. Not so much with physics.
Yes, Dad, you love math, and then hate everything else.
Yep. I know. Yeah, they're not spawns. That's right.
We're not spawns anymore.
I know.
Lemons.
Well, Nathan's having trouble with his he's having trouble with his internet. I saw that on his community tab, and so he's not going live afterwards tonight. But that's also probably part of the reason that they're a little subdued, because he's not egging them on. So yes. You know how Nathan does to them. He likes to give him a hard time.
I was waiting there on the chat for Nathan to just pop up.
Well, hey Jessica. Eli, I actually sometimes, whenever it's not whenever I don't have access to anything else, I do it in the oven. So I do pulled pork in the oven. I prefer to do it like on a grill, but I don't have a smoker or anything. So, but in the fall and in the spring, our church has a every year our church has, in the spring and the fall, the first weekend in March and the first weekend in November, they always do a barbecue, and you can do shoulders and stuff, and they'll actually let you bring your own down there and smoke the shoulders for you. So, hey, Two Family Homestead. I know, I am so far behind. I'm trying to catch up. Everybody's saying hey to everybody. Science and math are the same darn thing. No, biology is different than the others. I was really good with biology and anatomy and physiology. It didn't have as much math in it, so I was really good with those. I made A's in my classes in college on both of those subjects. Chemistry and physics, on the other hand, not so much. Yes, there you go. Bargain chickens for a smoker. Yeah, there we go. What did Emma say? Emma said something. Pork and carnitas in the slow cooker. Yeah, like I said, we have done it in the slow cooker before, and we will occasionally do it in the slow cooker, but what I do a lot of times is just put it in the Dutch oven in the Dutch oven in the oven, and you just turn it on low and you just cook it all night. But somebody turned it off. So somebody that's sitting over there.
I'm trying to eat on camera.
I know. He's eating because he didn't have anything for dinner yet. See, chemistry and physics has too much math for me, Jessica. So
I'm gonna
I actually, like I said, I have canned pork downstairs. We have canned chicken, we've got canned beef, we've got ground beef downstairs, and I just basically told them, then y'all have to figure out what you're going to eat, because since that didn't work out, y'all have to figure it out. So everybody kind of fended for themselves. John said, "Oh, thank you so much, Tasha. Yeah, well, part of that's because and this one right here, he's still learning. His food is edible, and there are some things that he makes that's really good, but some things that are not so good. But he has to learn. It's okay. I love you. And not everybody is good at the same thing. So, but that's one of the reasons that I'm having them cook now, so that whenever they get out on their own, they know how to cook for themselves. They can feed themselves.
I feed myself.
Nick and Evan they're just drawn to food. So, in all ways.
I can make really anything if I have the instructions.
Yes, they can follow recipes very well.
And if I have the ingredients, so.
This one, he's in too much of a dream world most of the time, so you have to kind of take him step by step and like pull him along, but it's okay. Everybody has their own different personalities and strengths and weaknesses, right? Anyways, I was reading, where was it? That John said he used to work for Whole Foods Market and would make things in the oven overnight, and all the time the ovens would get shut off by mistake and all the food would go in the garbage. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I try really hard to, to do things where we're not gonna have any waste. But also that we know that it's gonna be ready, because my husband, he gets home about 2:30, and by 6 o'clock we have to pretty much eat, because he can't, when he's on first. Right now he's on first. When he's on second, then we eat lunch together. So either way, we kind of have to make sure that that dinner is, thawed out and all that kind of stuff at a certain time. So we try to time it, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. I think everybody understands that part. Yes, it happens to the best of us. Canned meat is a lifesaver. That is for sure, Tasha. You can definitely make homemade chicken noodle soup. You can do it on a stovetop. You can do it in your Dutch oven on a stovetop. We do chicken noodle soup all the time on the stovetop. So make college design prof's favorite saying was FIO, figure it out. Yep. That is exactly right. And that's one of the things that I try to tell my boys all the time. You need to be able to figure things out on your own, because whenever you're out there in the world, I'm not going to be there all the time for them. You know, I mean, they can call me most of the time as long as I'm still kicking. But, you know, what if they can't reach me? They have to be able to figure it out. Single man. Eli says, this old bachelor would starve without his crock pots and Dutch ovens. Oh, yeah. You know what? I really want a sun oven. That's what I really want. I want a sun oven so I can do some solar cooking. Yes, Jessica, all teenagers are drawn to food. Hey, the Lears, how are you?
Are all preteens attracted to food?
Yes, all preteens and teens. He's 11. He's going on 20. And this one will be turning 13 in just...
He's not much attracted to
months.
Food as he is sleep.
Yeah, he really likes it. He loves to sleep. So
he doesn't get sleep, then I get mad. It's very mad.
But he's really good at making coffee.
I can make great coffee.
That is one thing. He's really good at making coffee. So, which is important.
It's an important skill for me, especially since I might not be able to wake myself up in the mornings.
The Lears say, fine as frog hair split 3 ways, huh?
Who can't go without a nice
Busier than a
Joe?
long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I love that. That's great. Oh, wow, Christina. Well, happy early birthday.
Oh, yes. Happy early birthday. Wow.
Epic XL on the table. Yeah. Yes. This.
What's Epic XL mean?
Right here. It is the drink. Yes. That's mine.
It's Mom's.
I have been absolutely just dying of thirst, and I don't really drink these very often because we don't go out very much anymore, but we picked one up today. So
Dog's over here.
Yes, making coffee is an essential lesson to learn. He brings me my coffee in the mornings. So I have degenerative disc disease, and I also have hypothyroidism. And I don't like to try to talk about it too awful much, because that's not what my channel is about. But at the same time, I don't have anything to hide. So it's really difficult for me to get up in the mornings. Mornings are very difficult for me. So he will bring me my coffee, and I generally have to take my medications and all that kind of stuff. So he helps me get going.
No, hit my left lung. No food.
I hit your left lung. Sorry.
Mom. I can feel it too. It feels weird when you cough.
Eli said, I'll squeeze a nickel until Washington screams. Well, and see, and that's the thing too, because I'm always trying to explain to my boys, because they don't understand the concept of money yet, even though I have tried to. And
money spend.
They think that it's just to spend, and I'm like, well, but we have other things that we have to use it for, other than paying. We have to pay for bills,
taxes.
Yep,
it's an importance.
And I don't know how many times I have had to explain to them very strongly that they shouldn't just pour soap down the sink.
That was the old me. I don't use soap anymore to take showers.
I'm not
Use
talking
water.
about showers. I'm talking about in there, the liquid soap.
Oh, the kitchen.
Yeah.
I don't use that much.
Oh, Mrs. Mel is 41.
But it was the old me. I used to.
Oh yeah, the years I have been on levothyroxine, which is the generic of Synthroid for 12 years, because I found out that I had hypothyroidism. It's the Hashimoto's thyroiditis. I found out that I had that whenever I was pregnant with him, and so I've been on it for years. But I keep trying to ask them to switch me over to Armour, which is a natural desiccated hormone, because I have heard that most people do better on it, and I still have symptoms, even though I am on it and my levels are within normal range. The thing within normal range is that what one person feels good, what numbers one person feels good at, another person may not feel good at. And so within normal range is relative to the individual. And I don't feel good at the range that they want to keep me. And I have to do everything through the VA too, because otherwise I can't afford my appointment. So there's that. So I just try not to talk about it too awful much, because it's not anything that's going to change. And so I just have to try to do my best to be able to do the things that I want to get done. So yes, there is. And what's normal for one is not normal for everybody. Hey there, Francine, how are you? That is something that, like I said, it's not because I have anything to hide, but it's just not what my channel is all about completely. But I have nothing to hide, and it's not like I'm trying to say, I don't want you guys to know about it, but it's just I try to focus on the positives, so I try hard not to talk about the negatives too much. But at the same time, I do think that it does benefit people, which is the only reason that I brought it up today, is that, yes, I do think that there are things that people don't understand about it. And a lot of people for people who don't have a chronic illness, it is hard to understand a lot of the things that people who have chronic illness goes through. And some of that is extreme fatigue and depression and those types of things. And so for some people, like, for example, my dad, he's 76, and
he works more than our mom.
He doesn't take any kind of medication regularly,
and he's
because he is so healthy, and he's always been healthy. He's never had any kind of illnesses or anything. The most that he's had, he had to have his gallbladder removed. And so it's really difficult for him to understand those, like my mom who has diabetes and myself who has the Hashimoto's thyroiditis. It's hard for him to understand some of those things. So it's definitely something that that I'm passionate about, but I also am very passionate about the fact that even though I have these issues, that I can still get out there and I can still garden and I can still grow my own food and I can still be self-sustainable and not be dependent on the government for, or dependent on grocery stores or whatever. So Oh, yes, thank you. This is one of my t-shirts.
It's a new one. It's a new one.
Yes. There's no such thing as normal, Eli.
Order yours online. Link below.
Kathy put the link up there. That's why I said what I did, because I saw what she put. All right, thanks so much, Mrs. Melton. It was so good seeing you here.
How long are we gonna let this go on for? It's been an hour.
I guess he's in a hurry to go. So.
No, yes, I want to leave. No, let's make it 2 hours since Nathan's not doing his live.
No, we're not going to do that. We're actually going to wrap it up. But so anyways, thank you guys so much for getting Emma. Just wait. He's in such a hurry. Thank you for getting Emma to 400 subscribers. I really do appreciate that. Also, if you guys would please check out all of my moderators, check out each other's channels. I know it's not as easy to do that because of YouTube taking away the ability to just click on the name of the channel and being able to go to the channel, but try to check each other out. I'm pretty sure most of you guys are subscribed to each other anyways. But you know, if you see somebody that you don't know, oh yay, she made 401. That's awesome, because that gives her at least one sub just in case somebody falls off, because YouTube does that sometimes. Misty knows. Misty knows all about how YouTube does that.
And then new t-shirts like this are gonna be Spawn 1, Spawn 2, and Spawn 3.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do t-shirts for them that say Spawn 1, Spawn 2, and Spawn 3.
Green, red, and blue. It could be like you remember the thing from Dr. Seuss's book, Cat in the Hat?
Yeah. Oh, and Eli knows all about that falling off too, because Eli has subbed to me like 5 or 6 times
with his different channels.
No, because every time that he'll subscribe to me, and then YouTube will drop him off.
The heck?
Yeah. So, but he's here today, so that's awesome. Yes, Spawn shirts.
Yes. Spawn shirts.
I'm thinking about making Lemonheads t-shirts too. So.
Oh, that would be cool.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for putting up with me and
this crazy family.
I enjoy chatting with you guys. I enjoy seeing what you guys are doing. So thank you guys so much. And we'll see you later.
Bye. Remember, kitty power and teenage power. Dang it, I haven't clicked it yet now.